Hello, a very warm welcome to Progress Junior Golf with Contact Live Golf. My name is Steve Jackson, and this is Ian Waterhouse. Now, this is live. It's a podcast all about junior golf, so it's about the next generation of golfers. We're going to have some special guests on, some of the biggest names in the sport, some lesser-known ones as well, but people basically who are out there. Yeah, there's one, yeah. We're probably in about as good a place as we've ever been, certainly in recent years, as far as junior golf is concerned.
And golf's had this amazing opportunity, and so far it's taken advantage of it.
So that's where we come in the sense we're going to try and help golf clubs and unions and people like that about how to promote the game and make it better, and making sure that those new members that we have had in the last 18 months or so stay in the game, love the game, and continue to play. And that's what we're here for. We are the first week in January, so it's probably best just to have a brief look back at 2021, and the Irish Junior Open Tour was one of the biggest. There was a young lad there who played 18 holes and shot 59, which is not bad going. It included a hole in one on a par 4 hole. Wait for it. It also included two, not just one, 2 eagles on par 4 holes. So congratulations to him. Well done.
Do clubs, senior members, generally care about the lack of juniors at certain clubs?
I do think they care, but I think there's a lot of work which needs to be done.
There's blueprints out there of how to do it, and how to do it well, and how to do it properly, and to make the club money and keep juniors in the game for the long term. So should we not be going to these clubs and saying, what are you doing right, and how can we replicate that across the country?
I think there are clubs out there who need to do more. I think there are some out there who do a great job, and we will be talking to some of them over the next few weeks or so.
Why is there not more emphasis on promoting a junior section with a junior captain?
Golf club I was talking to recently, their junior captain said that, I did an interview with her, and she said, I just want to make sure that there's people who turn up for the junior coaching and play for our junior team and play in our junior competitions. And they're like, well, what more do you want from your junior captain?
This picture, have a look at that. You were really in the firing line there, weren't you?
Where I am stood to take that photo is pretty much where he is aiming. But it was closer to a shank than a decent shot, and that whizzed past my head. That was my first photo of the day. The second photo I can't show you, actually, because my hands were shaking so much that the photo didn't come out very well. From my point of view, as being a journalist and going along taking photos, is that you can give kids those memories from the events, and that's part of what Progress Junior Golf does. It was a website I set up just over a year ago. The whole idea is to try and get more kids playing more competitions. On this website there, I put on all the junior competitions which are out there for kids to go and play in. So these are events whereby you can go and play in, whether it's a British Junior Golf Tour event, whether it's Robert Rock, whether it's the Northern Junior Golf Tour. So you can look at different tours. You can also look at different regions. You look at different times of the year. So you can find out where all these events are. And that was my biggest frustration, in the sense of, where do I find out? I was hearing from parents saying, well, I didn't even know there was a competition on. You would have 2 Junior Opens taking place consecutive weeks. You just say, well, if the 2 clubs have spoke to each other, you could have increased your field by 12 players, or perhaps 8, 9, 10 or whatever, just by you going, right, why don't you play in my event and we'll play in your event? I think there was 1,200 events on that website that I put on there.
Wow. Blimey.
So there's different events for different types of players, and the beauty about it is there are so many opportunities out there for people to play golf, though.
Wonderful having these tournaments and these opportunities to stay in the game long term and compete with your peers, but you've got to start somewhere.
Is your course set up for a junior golfer? Get some tees out there which are forward, so we give them the opportunity to have pars, birdies, eagles, and the standard was fantastic from those players, and they were coming in with scores over 9 holes of 23, 24 points, which is a lot better than coming in when you got a score of 3, 4 points. And you think, well, what was the point of that? The social side of things at clubs, it's not just about playing golf. It's also about, whether I know for a club just down the road from me, whereby during the winter they do rules quizzes. So just to try and make it fun, you want people to be made feel welcome, and their club captain was stood there telling off the parents for what they were wearing. A week later, that golf club changed their clothing policy because they were so ashamed of their club captain. And they did that on the back of a junior event. And I think that's how sometimes juniors can actually lead adults. My dad used to play. He thought it was a good way of me getting out a bit of fresh air. It was just a little 9-hole golf course. We used to go, I think, usually on a Tuesday night. Fell in love with the game, even though I had no idea how to play it. If I hit this and manage to hit the worst hook possible, I can hook it around the tree and it'll go somewhere near the green. And my dad was walking down the middle of the fairway and I said, Dad, stop. Move back. I'm going to aim at you. And I hit this hook shot perfectly onto the green. And I just thought to myself, I can play golf. I remember once playing a round of golf with one golf ball in my bag.
Wow.
Yeah. And that concentrates the mind when you know, when I get to the furthest part of this course, where there's the water on this hole, if it goes in the water, I'm walking back. Let me tell you, I played 7 rounds of golf with that one ball in my bag. It couldn't go far enough for it to get into any trouble. As we saw with Tiger and his son, Charlie, you know, there's 2 reasons why people were watching that. One of them was because Tiger was back, and 2 of them was because his son was playing.
I mean, realistically, it's not exactly the Masters, is it, really? You know,
No.
It's quite way down the pecking order. However, it had more views than the Open.
Junior golf is massive, and we should be having more live coverage of it.